I think I'm quite a lucky man. I don't mind if some people regard me as a bit solitary. I rather enjoy my lonely artist's life. Oh, yes, I sometimes wish I were a better painter, but never mind. I like painting, and I don't fool myself I do masterpieces, but I sell a few. Then 2 evenings a week, there's my voluntary art class. Quite popular, especially with young women. They've about as much feeling for art as pork pies, except one of them. Yes. Thank you. Yancey Forrest, one of my most loyal pupils, and her elder sister, Catherine. They never miss a class. They've about as much talent as inkstands. There's a question of balance, isn't there? I mean, actual physical balance. I'm rather afraid he'd fall over. Try and remember what I said about equilibrium, the lines of gravity. Do you see?
Oh, yes, Mr. Marston.
Always think of the weight of the body.
Oh, it was all wrong.
But how can I help you?
No, it was awful. I couldn't bear to see it.
I'm sure it wasn't as bad as that. I'm sure it was. But Julia, adorable, enigmatic Julia Turn, there's real talent. There's nothing I can teach her. Well, now that seems to be time.
Finished, sir?
Yes, Mr. Fuchs.
I want to get locked up in 5 minutes.
Yes, well, we're packing up now. Miss Forrest, I'm thinking of doing a little outdoor sketching tomorrow. I wonder if you would care to come along.
With my sister, I suppose. You mean with my sister?
Yes, of course. She's already said she'd like to come.
All right.
About 11:30? Good. Right. Good night.
Good night.
We'll see you all next Tuesday evening. Goodbye, Miss Cochrane. Mr. Taylor.
Goodbye, Mr. Marston.
Goodbye, Miss Forrest. Until tomorrow. Miss Forrest? Very good. Excellent.
I have something else I wanted to show you.
This is extraordinarily beautiful.
Yes.
I mean the execution, the presentation and so on. When did you come to do this?
Oh, I just wanted to. You're a good subject. You seemed an obvious choice.
My head?
I mean, I'm sure it's been done dozens of times.
Well, not that many, and not like this.
So I watched you a good deal.
Oh? Yes, of course.
Oh, didn't you realize?
I didn't know... No, I didn't.
Well, anyway, there you are.
It is delicious. I envy you. I can't touch a decent head. Not even yours, I know, because I tried once.
Oh, can I see?
It was no good, I threw it away. This is very flattering.
Not particularly.
No, but it is. You've idealized me, sir.
I haven't.
But just look at that nobility, that gravity and calm.
I drew you as I saw you.
I'm not a bit like that.
Oh, but you are like that. That's how I see you. At the moment. Good night.
It's rather beautiful, isn't it? Sense of space. Where's Miss Turn, I wonder?
Downground.
Ah. Well, now, what are we all going to do? Look, why don't we make a start by looking at detail? I mean, as a change from being overwhelmed by all this fantastic abundance. Wildflowers, ferns, toadstools, moss. Let's really look at things as if they're waiting for us to sketch them. Yes?
Yes, Mr. Marston. Yes.
I don't have to teach you the art of observation. What are you going to do this?
I might.
The clouds are very fine. They're a study in themselves. Isn't it extraordinary, the difference between the reflected light and the light that comes through them, and the hard and soft outlines? Aren't they beautiful?
I suppose they are.
You suppose, don't you know?
Beautiful, ugly. What does it matter? They're there, aren't they?
What's important is whether you like looking at them.
Well, sometimes I do.
Then why not try sketching them?
And sketch lumps of steam.
Oh, that's not a very romantic view.
I don't want to be a romantic.
I've been hiding from Kate. She's gone off in a sulk.
Why?
Look, I found all these different flowers and some toadstools. I didn't know what they were.
I'm not sure I do anymore. Let me see. There's comfrey. Bluebell. I can't think what that might have been. You're not very interested, are you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am. Oh, look. There's a pretty one.
Don't. For God's sake. Don't pick it. Just look at it. It's a helleborine. Do you see how delicate it is? It's called the poached egg plant.
What a funny name.
Yes, but you see, it looks like a poached egg if you open the flowers.
Oh, yes.
Very shy flowers. They keep their petals closed.
Yes. Is it rare?
Not particularly. It's a kind of orchid. Poisonous, incidentally, so don't eat it.
Whoa.
And I think I ought to go and find your sister.
Heavens above, you do get away with it quick.
Life's short. There's no time to lose. I'd do as I'd be done by.
And there are so many of us.
Do you mind?
All the same if I do, I should think. Have you done anything?
No, I didn't feel like it.
So what have you done?
Nothing.
Where's Mr. Masterman?
In there. In the wood.
Oh,
Oh, I see.
some perfectly splendid wildflowers down there by the stream, some quite rare ones. Did either of you see them?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Stern, have you ever thought of going to art school? Full time, I mean.
Yes, I've thought about it.
It would be a pity if you didn't. A waste. Don't you want to go any further?
I don't know. I haven't decided.
What will decide you?
Well, feeling it's the most important thing to do, I suppose. Or the realist thing.
If you need any advice, please let me know.
If you're waiting for art to be realer than life, then you'll never go.
Shall I see you all again next week?
Yes.
Yes.
Goodbye. Then it has been delightful. We must have these expeditions more often.
Goodbye.
Mr. Masterman! David,
What is it?
just goodbye.
What on earth will you tell the others you came back for?
Oh, I don't know. I shall think of something. Is the poor dear afraid he might be found out?
No, of course not.
Shall I see you again?
Yes, if you'd like to.
After another class on Wednesday.
Are you ready, Kate? I can't seem to find my hat. Someone must have moved it. I'm sure I put it here. Excuse me.
Ask the caretaker.
Oh, I can look for it properly when everyone's gone. Don't wait for me.
All right.
Oh, Julia. Julia, why can I never catch those fawn-like eyes? For that matter, why can I never get near to you?
Bye!
Goodbye. Oh, if only it were you and not Ianthe, then I would be a wholly happy man. Miss Forrest.
I'm...
Catherine. Would you come in here one moment, Miss Forrest? Shan't be long, Mr. Fuchs.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Masterman.
I'm sorry, take no notice of it. It's all quite meaningless. Oh, this is silly. Look, I must go.
Stay a while. Shall I walk home with you?
No. I expect Ianthe's waiting for me.
What are you thinking?
Nothing important.
What?
It's just I'm unlucky. I always fall in love with men who can't love me.
Oh, but I could easily love you, Catherine. You loved me, Kate. Go on loving me. I'm not... Well, I'm not very wicked.
No, I know you couldn't.
How do you know?
It's Julia Turn.
You must think me very fickle indeed. Dear Kate. I really think I could love you.
I know you couldn't. It's not possible for you.
Tell me, how long have you felt like this?
Always. Since the first day I came to your class.
What is it? What's the matter?
Nothing. I'm happy. We often talk of you. We often talk of you at night, in bed. Often.
And what do you say about me in bed? Who?
Yancy and I.
Yancy?
Yes, she likes you.
Has she said so?
No, but I can tell that she likes you. Not as I do, though. Not like this.
Have you told her?
What?
That you feel...
No.
Then what do you both say about me? In bed?
Oh, look, I must go. It'll be all right. Take no notice. It doesn't matter what I've said. You're not at all. It'll be all right. I will see you again. Good night, good night, good night.
What on earth have I let myself in for? And why on earth was I so responsive? She's good looking, but you can't turn a woman away, a loving woman like that. Not at once. A man must be kind. Do it gently. If only she weren't so disturbing. Those demanding eyes, those passionate advances. Oh, God, if only Ianthe were not so desirable. If only Julia were more responsive. If only it had been Julia. If only... Oh, Lord, what an idiotic situation. Why can't I live without women? Or with all of them?
Do you mind this?
No, I like it. I like you. I like you. I like you.
What a fool to be so fond of this wretched imp of a girl. Really, I'm not sure I don't dislike her. Childish, artful, luscious, stupid. This is no way to behave for a man of standards. Furtively embracing in an art school cloakroom. Damnable necessities of life. And yet, at the same time...
How much do you like me, David?
What an impossible question.
Do you like me better than her?
Than whom?
You know.
Never mind her.
I don't like her. She's so awfully fond of you.
Oh, confound her. Oh, you mustn't mind my speaking so sharply. I'm sorry. You don't mind, do you?
No.
The unscrupulousness of sisters. I've heard of such cases before. But it is rather delightful. They're both jealous.
Actually, it's a little awkward.
What is?
And the difficulty is, I'm reluctant to wound her. She is so gone, so absolutely gone.
Gone?
She's really, really in love, deeply. Deeply. She seems so vulnerable.
Who?
Kate, of course.
Kate in love? With Chris Holton, do you mean?
Chris who? Good Lord, no, with me. With me, isn't she?
In love with you? Kate? You must be mad. She dislikes you, as a matter of fact, Mr. Prince Charming, so there.
But you were saying yourself.
Oh, you do flatter yourself. If you want to know, she thinks you're just the worst kind of man there is. I should know. We talk about you sometimes in bed at night. We sleep in the same bedroom. We tell each other everything.
You've told her? You've told her about us?
Well, she knows what I think of you. But she hates you. She doesn't trust you. She's been warning me against you.
Against me? What has she got against me?
Everything. I thought you'd have guessed. She thinks you are vain and cold and weak and self-centered, and I think she's probably right, too. Do you care?
No, I don't care what she thinks, do you?
You'll have to find out, won't you?
Who were you talking about?
You are vain.
No, I'm not. I'm only asking.
Well, Julia, of course. Who do you think? That's why I dislike Julia, because she's too fond of you.
Julia fond of me?
Yes, of course. Didn't you know?
I think it's all a pose.
What?
Living alone like that in that ramshackle way.
Why do you think I do?
Oh, because you're an artist? Because you think it's the thing to do?
It's not a pose. If I wanted to play the artist, I'd go to Paris and live like a real bohemian.
That wouldn't suit you either.
I like living by myself. I like the solitude. I like my own thoughts. I like the freedom of not having to see other people when I don't want to.
It's a selfish way to live.
No, it's not. I'm not snubbing or hurting anyone, am I? I just make sure there's nobody there to hurt.
I couldn't live like that. You can't live like that all your life.
Why not?
It leaves too much out.
What does it leave out?
Love?
I can love?
No, you can't. Well, not properly.
Why ever not?
I think love is being prepared to live with someone for the whole of your life. I mean, to live for him and to share the whole of your life.
God preserve me from that.
Oh, you don't seriously mean that?
I do. The idea absolutely terrifies me.
The idea of...
Marriage, being caged together in that cruel way, may be all right for people without imagination. I'm not capable of it.
You say you're not.
I tell you, I'm not. I'm not constant, Kate. I'm not. I'm not in charge of what I need, want. I can't regulate my needs and desires to some absurd artificial bond. Oh, Kate, I don't know what I want, but it's not marriage. Yes, I do know what I want.
What?
You know. I've told you. Simplest thing in the world.
Oh, David.
Come home with me now. Come home with me.
No. Has anyone else loved you like that?
Like what?
Like you want me to love you?
What does it matter?
Oh, tell me.
Yes, of course they have. What do you expect? Oh, what does it matter? I wish I could explain it to you. I can't separate life into categories, what I'm allowed to, what I'm not allowed to. People like you think love comes in little boxes. Some presents you can have now, some labels not to be opened until marriage.
David, don't let's talk about
Well, why
it.
not? It'll still be there whether we talk about it or not. Your trouble is you're afraid. You're afraid of expressing yourself.
Please.
Yes, you are. You're afraid of freedom. I think you're even afraid of joy. I wonder you dare talk to me of love. Love is something that expresses itself. If it doesn't express itself, it dies. What we don't express dies. It dies. I'm sorry. You know what's going to happen to us, don't you?
Yes.
We'll end up hating each other.
Oh, David, I'll make it up to you someday. We've got all our lives in front of us. I won't alter. Will you?
Not alter. No, I shall not alter.
I'll make it up to you someday. You'll see.
Someday, what preposterous future have you got planned for me?
The modelling is getting better. That's quite an improvement.
Practice makes perfect.
I am sorry your sister felt she should give up the class. I thought she was quite talented. Do tell her.
Perhaps you'll see her again one day. Then you can tell her yourself, Mr. Masterman.
If only I had the chance. It's so strange all these weeks she's been away.
Good night.
I'm surprised how miserable it's made me. Why do I miss her? And so profoundly. It couldn't be that I'm in love with her. Could that be possible? With that mournful woman? No, I'd never love a woman like that.
Now, you can tell her yourself, Mr. Prince Charming.
Miss Forrest! You've come back.
No, I've come to collect the anthem. We're going to an evening party.
Good night. Miss Forrest. Kate, I must see you. I must talk to you.
It'll do no good.
Please, come to my house.
No.
You've never seen it.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't possibly. Come on, Kate. I couldn't possibly.
Okay, come in. Why do I never do you justice? Why do I half forget you're marvellously, irresistibly lovely?
I'm just the same.
Then I'm criminally forgetful. Let me take your hat.
No, there's no need. We're going, aren't we?
Of course we're not. We're going to have breakfast first, and then a picnic.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
What are you not sure about?
Well, I was thinking on the way up here that it just doesn't seem quite right.
What doesn't?
Me being here.
Oh, damn whether it's right or not. It's done. You're here, so it can't be helped. Anyway, breakfast is ready, all except the eggs, which I shall now put on, and then we've got to pack lunch. And shortly, Kate, give me your wrap, because I'm going nowhere without my breakfast, and neither are you. Have a look around. Ow!
Is this all of it?
No, what more would a solitary bachelor want? Oh, of course, you're wondering where I sleep, aren't you?
No.
What, you don't care whether I sleep or not?
Right, where?
There, behind that curtain.
No, where?
Oh, really? In this cubby hole. Look. Voila.
Oh, yes.
It's more comfortable than it looks. Try it. Go on. Well, what do you think of the place?
It's a little bare, isn't it?
There? Oh, it's enough for me. There's only one ornament I miss here, Kate.
What's that?
You, and now here you are.
Oh, no, not here.
Why not here?
No, it's not right. It just doesn't feel right.
Oh, really, Kate?
I don't feel right.
Yes, well, never mind. Come and look at the view.
Look, the eggs. They'll be done.
Flowers, my dear Kate, are like men and women. They either stare brazenly at the sun or they bend humbly before it, but they all need it, and even the most modest desire it. Yeah, the eggs will be up.
Just because you want something, it doesn't mean it's right to have it.
Well, that's the difference between us, I think it is. As long as you don't hurt anyone else in the process.
What would it be like if we all did just as we liked?
You do just as you like. You just don't happen to like very much.
Oh, isn't it sweet? Oh, it's so tame. Why doesn't it run away?
Well, it is tame. You see the white streak down its nose. Must have escaped from a farm somewhere.
Oh, isn't it sweet?
What is it?
fleas. Oh, it's covered with fleas. Oh,
let me
awful. Oh, they're all over me.
Come here, let me look.
Oh,
Keep still and let me look.
Awful and dirty. Oh, the creatures, I hate them. They're
But
disgusting.
they won't hurt you, and there aren't any on you.
Are you sure?
Absolutely sure.
Oh,
I like that blouse, Kate.
I don't care for it. Not anymore. I shall never wear it again. I shall give it away to someone or sell it or something.
I'd love to take it from you.
You?
Yes,
Take it from me?
stitch by stitch.
No! How dare you talk to me like that?
Was it so very daring?
Forgive me. I'll make it up to you someday.
This year, next year, sometime never.
Oh, why are you like this? Why can't you just take things as they are? Isn't it enough what we have?
What we have? What do we have?
Don't you know? After we've known each other so long.
I'm not sure I do. As for knowing each other, I don't think we ever shall. We're poles apart.
Oh, why do you say things like this?
Because we are. Because you don't even recognize the difference between us.
Oh, yes, I do. What do you think the difference is?
The difference is that you treat everything like that tame rabbit. To be cooed over and fondled until you catch sight of its fleas, and I am not your tame rabbit, and I won't...
Oh, go to! Go to!
Hell.
Yes. And stop there and burn.
Willingly. If you'll keep out of my way when I arrive. Damn the woman! Kate! 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 I'm sorry, Kate.
I want my bicycle.
What?
You locked it in.
The bicycle? Oh, yes, so I did. Well, come in, Kate. Let me get you something. I think there's some milk and certainly have cake. Oh, come in, Kate. And what about beer?
I should have been home hours ago.
Don't go, Kate. Let's be kind to each other. Won't you see me again?
I'm always seeing you.
Kate!
Intolerable drab.
Julia.
Hello?
I didn't expect...
Is it a difficult time?
No. No, I'm delighted to see you.
I decided I wanted to have that talk.
About your future?
Yes.
Good. Good. But you should have let me know yesterday.
But I didn't know yesterday. I hadn't decided.
That you wanted to see me.
Yes. I'm leaving, you see.
You're leaving the class?
I'm going to London.
To art school? For good?
Yes, I think so. I'm going to London anyway. I'm staying with friends until I can find a place of my own.
Place of your own?
Yes.
I see. This is a surprise. I mean, I have mixed feelings about it.
I know.
Do you?
Yes, I do. As you know.
You are an extraordinary girl. Julia, I feel lost and horribly confused.
Talk about it.
Shall I?
I'm really going.
Yes, I know. I don't understand what's expected of me, you see. I don't mean from you. I love you, Julia. I really honestly believe I love you. I always have. And that's supposed to supply some kind of solution. Resolution. But it doesn't, does it? You know I've been going out. Going about with, oh God, you know, don't you, with Catherine and the answer. Julia, I could say it was you I really wanted all the time, but that wouldn't be altogether true, because I also love, I think, sometimes when I'm with her and often when I'm not, Catherine. Not to mention Yancy in a kind of way. Julia, there is no one on earth I would rather be with at this moment than you. And if I were to have to choose, or were in a position to choose, it would be you I'd choose. But I'm not constant. It's a condition, Julia. Even my loyalty to you has been a zigzag affair. And Yancy is so simple, you see. She's fun. But whenever I'm with her, there comes a moment when I say to myself, what am I doing with this maddening, superficial creature? I actively dislike her much of the time. And then Catherine. Oh, Catherine, she can turn those doleful eyes on me and I'm submerged. And yet our love has been without ecstasy, a pedestrian thing. She really is an extraordinary egotist. She believes more in her virtue than in her love for me. Well, that's not love at all. It's like a suicide loving the pond she drowns in. She wants to absorb me, to devote herself to me, to marry me forever. Julia, I have a morbid horror of marriage. I'm too meandering a man for it. But she has a domestic mind. Mind like a kitchen garden with neat rows of ideas, like beans and carrots and rounded defences, tough as iron. Oh, I'm being so unfair. But she asks too much of me. No, she doesn't even ask. That's her terrible strength. That constant heart is a constant reproach. And she's sure I love her forever, the vanity of it. And that implacable virtue in those hands, those bloodless white hands. I dislike everything about her. Except herself. Her clothes, her walk, her speech, her piety, her melancholy. Even the way she carries her umbrella. This is awful what I'm saying. Julia, what is wrong with me? Am I simply a thief and a seducer? And all this has happened under your ironical gaze.
It wasn't directed at you.
You're an extraordinary woman. I wish I'd kissed you earlier.
It wouldn't have made any difference. It's very sad, but there's no necessity in this.
Is that what you're after?
I suppose so.
Is your art necessary to you? Nor is my love necessary either, I suppose. I wish I understood my desires.
I was lying. I hadn't thrown this away. But I hadn't decided whether to let you have it. Goodbye.
In short, our notions of what is love, our standards of behavior, are too unrelated to allow any purpose in our meeting again. Let us recognize then that we have come to the end of the tether without once having put an ounce of strain on its delightful but very tense cord. But the effort to keep the affair down to the level at which you seem satisfied has wearied me. I congratulate you, my dear Kate, on coming through unscathed. The only appropriate condolences are my own. For myself. I'm glad I've written to Kate. It was a good letter. A bit pompous, perhaps, but she won't notice that. It expressed my feelings perfectly. In the meantime, there is always Yancy. She's impossible, but still delicious.
Are you free afterwards?
Yes. You didn't think you were getting away with it, did you?
I don't know. Were you very angry?
What do you think? I was furious. Could have killed Kate when I found out. I was quite cruel to her, I can tell you.
Poor Kate. Are you still angry?
No, not now. Not anymore.
How is she?
Oh, I don't know. All right, I think. You don't know she's in Scotland.
Yeah. I didn't know.
She went away over a month ago.
Why?
To understay with relatives. She called it family business.
Oh.
Mr. Prince Charming.
Yancy, you do know, don't you, that you are not necessary to me.
That goes for both of us.
You don't mind.
Why should I?
Yancy, darling. Will you? Can I?
Yes.
I wonder if she'll report this to Kate. I rather hope she does.
And some of the things you said I did not understand, and still don't. But I've had a lot of time since to think things over. It was not that I did not love you enough. Please forgive me. I did not understand how you could be so hurt. I will wait for you to write and tell me you would like to see me again. And I will come. Please write. I hope you will. I think only of you. Hello.
Hello.
Here I am.
Hello, Kate.
Am I late?
Not much.
I'll shelter from the rain. I couldn't wait any longer.
Are you wet?
Not much. I ran.
What in heaven's name made you pick this place?
Couldn't think of anywhere else. I wanted somewhere quiet and empty. Neutral ground.
Where better? Though it's hardly a place to talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll go as soon as it stops raining. Now, if you like.
Where?
I don't mind.
Have you been well
Yes?
and happy?
Yes.
Then how unwise of you to come back.
I've come back to be happier. Somehow you're different.
You're different. Shall we ever be happy again?
Why not?
Why not before?
Love me, David. I've come back to make it all up to you.
Oh, what a dreadful place this is. Everything's dead here, Kate. Look at that bird. It's been stuffed so long it looks drunk. Can't even wear its beak straight. I feel like a specimen awaiting a vacant glass case. Oh, it's dreadful. It's a lecture room. Come along, let's get out of here. Go and get some tea.
It's just like a little theatre. Like a play, as if we were acting. Have you ever acted? I'm sure you do it very well.
No, why do you say that? Am I at all histrionic?
Does that mean insincere? No. You're just the kind of person that one would expect to do everything well. You do, don't you? Everything.
Nonsense. I've never acted. I suppose I could. You don't have to be clever, only courageous. But I expect I'm wrong. I did try and write a play once.
Did you? Oh, let me hear it.
I couldn't get any further than the first act.
Oh, let me hear some of it, just a speech.
Do you want to? It's rather silly. All right, come over here. Curtain up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a play about a man. A modern man, a man of the 20th century. This man had a passionate belief in freedom. He wanted to express himself in his own way. He felt that the only real warrant for holding a belief was not that it was true, but that it gave you satisfaction. What could be more rational, more sensible? And with all his brave ideas about truth, he also had a very fine appreciation of love. He adored women. Oh yes, adored them quite helplessly, hopelessly, and he was a fortunate man because, for the most part, women responded to him. They cheered his advanced ideas, they forgave him his infidelities. They didn't even care when the sound of marriage bells made him jump as if the earth beneath his feet had burst into fire. But for a happy philanderer, he had a flaw. He couldn't bear to wound. He suffered from a tender heart. So, when he suddenly came across a woman whose defenses were as solid as rock, what was the poor wretch to do? There she was, this quiet, Craven creature. Innocent, chaste, implacably virtuous, her mind held fast, her only desire to be good. Very good. And what else could she do, poor dear, but suspect the impulses of others, especially of men like him? They were at opposite ends of a tilted beam. All she could do was lead him on and then thwart him, and why? Why, to save herself from marriage, while offering nothing but compassion and pity for his bad thoughts. What a pity. What a pity it all was, for she was surely a bodily treasure. And she was almost lost to him. Kate. Kate.
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. That's the closing bell.
I want to stay here at the end of the play.
There is no play. Come along, do you want to be locked in here all night?
Oh, I don't mind. David, don't leave me. I've come to make it all up to you.
Oh, beautiful, I adore you.
Come on, we must go.
Come, I'm going to buy you something. A present. I'm going to buy you a ring with a diamond as big as a barn, an engagement ring. Come along, or the shops will be shut.